or less for a 5 kilometer as a
Wow.
bare minimum. So this is my New Year resolution. Besides all these outdoor based activities, I also enjoy reading books, especially on the leadership books, and also some on the management leadership. And so this is what I do, and this is right before my bedtime. I try to spend about 30 to 45 minutes every day, just to get me calm down from my intense world or day. So yeah, that's about it. Maybe I can ask our guest,
Yeah.
Saras.
Last. Okay.
Hi.
Just Saras, you can just introduce yourself and just share with us your hobby.
Hi, my name is Saras. Hobby, probably nagging my children. No, I like reading. So I read novel person. So I read quite a number of novels. And just cooking, baking, those kind of things.
Wow, great. Okay, thank you, Saras. So now it is time.
We lost you, Jasmine, I think.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'll brief you on the house rules. Make sure you put your phone on silent mode all the time. Mute your microphone when you are not speaking. For online attendees, yeah, all of us online, pin the video of the timer when you speak. So make sure that we are not going over time. Okay. The word of the day is compelling, meaning that very exciting and interesting, making you want to listen, to watch or listen. For example, I found the whole film very compelling. So you are urged to use the word of the day as frequent as you can. So without further ado, I shall pass the floor to our President, Biang. Over to you, Biang.
Thank you very much to our Sergeant at Arms for today, Toastmaster Sasmil. Thank you for keeping everyone in these sessions, the ice-breaking sessions, helping us to know each other better and having these engaging sessions. Thank you, Sasmil, for helping us to know each other better. Happy New Year to fellow Toastmasters and guests. The theme for our meeting today is New Year resolutions. Please give me a show of virtual hand. How many of you have made New Year resolutions for yourself this year? No one? Yeah, Prasad, just now, as you mentioned, yes. Fahan. Thank you. New Year resolutions is a time for reflections. Is the New Year resolution you made only 2% today? Is the same resolution you made last year because you couldn't achieve it, or it is a brand new resolutions? It is a new challenge to bring yourself to another level. For this, I believe you know better than me because it is your resolutions. For those who have not met your resolutions, I hope after this meeting, you can sit down and write down your New Year resolutions and have a reflections on in this new year, what you want to achieve. Today is a good beginning. We have invited a coach to train us on table topics. He will be joining us slightly later. I hope everyone here today, you will grab the opportunity later to learn all you can from our coach today and pick up this very important skill this year. New Year resolutions, most of the popular one are people wanted to improving their financial situations. You want to earn more money, losing weight, and some people, right, they want to change job in the new year. But today, I want to encourage everyone to include learning new things for your personal and professional development as part of your New Year resolutions, especially mastering your communication and leadership skill, because these are the skills that is so much important in this competitive society now. I believe this is also our common goal here as a Toastmaster, to be a good leader and communicator. Today, I really hope in KBTC, we have a lot of new members. I hope our members here, we know that in Toastmasters, we allow members to learn at your own pace. You can choose to deliver your speech when you have time. You can write your script and deliver your speech in every meeting. You can even deliver every month, a few months once. It is your choice and it is totally fine. However, today, I really hope to see improvement in each and every members here. I hope you have the compelling desire to set the goals to complete all your level 5 project in this year and share your success story with us. And for non-Toastmasters guests, I really looking forward for you to joining us. And at KBTC, we learn and grow together to master our communication and leadership skill. With that, I shall now call the meeting into order by handing the control to our Toastmaster of the day. Farhan, over to you.
Okay, thank you for the good speeches from our president, Miss Piang. I shall share my screen first. Okay, good evening, everyone, fellow Toastmaster guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome to Toastmaster meeting number 397. It is my pleasure to be your Toastmaster of the evening for today. So, before we begin, I would like to share a brief history of Toastmaster International. Toastmaster International is a non-profit organization. The first Toastmaster Club was founded in the basement of the YMCA in Santa Ana, California in 1924 by Dr. Ralph C. Smedley. Do you know there are around 227,450 members worldwide in clubs in 152 countries. KBTC is Area C5 under Division C. An area is made up of 4 to 5 clubs and 4 to 5 area form a division, and from a view division form a district. Malaysia is currently in District 102. The mission of Toastmaster Club is to provide a mutual supportive and positive learning environment in which every member has the opportunity to develop communication and leadership skill, which in turn fosters self-confidence and also personal growth. Toastmaster International Education System has 11 pathways from the from the dynamic leaderships until the visionary communications. For the non-Toastmaster, you can approach our EXCO team for further information. The benefit of joining Toastmaster, we have a lot. Some of it is improve our public speaking skill, build leadership skill, maximize our potential, enjoy unlimited personal growth, work on a networking, practice writing and presenting in a group setting, gain competitive advantage in the workplace, and also build self-confidence and also self-awareness. KBTC was established for the KBTC history. KBTC established in 2005. This is our 17th anniversary as the bilingual Toastmaster Club in the whole Klang Valley. Our division of the club is we learn, we speak, we lead. We normally conduct the meeting in English and Mandarins come into the picture during the table topic sessions, speech assignment sessions, and also the evaluation sessions. Member can have a choice either doing Mandarin or English buff. The best part about the joining KBTC is that we as the member or the guest can expose to both language. Therefore, we can speed up our learning in these two language. Before we go to the agenda, let me share with you our club member educational progress. So for today, we have Toastmaster Juan, I think he's not making to join us. We have our president to deliver his speech. Okay, now fellow Toastmaster, ladies, gentlemen, we shall move to our agenda for this evening. We have 3 sessions today. The first session is a prepared speech session where the member will deliver their speech assignment. In the second session, we have a special guest to deliver much waiting tips on how to be the champion impromptu speaker. And the third and last session are the feedback session, which we call the evaluations. The evaluation are the breakfast for the champion, and the evaluator will give an honest, encouraging, and also constructive feedback to the speaker. They will point the speaker towards method of improvement and strive to have the speaker look forward for her next speech. And then may I have our beloved role player to explain their role, please? Let's start with the grammarian, Toastmaster Tailun.
Thanks, Farhan. General evaluators, fellow Toastmasters, and our guests. Before that, can you guys hear me? Just want to check, make sure that my audio is good.
Can.
Can, right? Okay, my name is Tai Lun, or you can refer to me as TL. So today I'm your grammarian today, also known as the grammar police. So as a grammarian, I shall note the good use of language and also point out the grammatical errors made during the meeting. And the word of today is compelling, which means very exciting and interesting, making you want to watch or listen to. An example of the sentence would be, I found the whole firm's very compelling. This was actually mentioned by Sasmil earlier. I'm just reiterating what he has mentioned just now. So when the speakers use the words of the day, I would like to request everyone to cooperate with me by showing the clap reactions in the Zoom if you hear the words. All of you, including myself, are encouraged to use the word of the day as frequent as you could in this meeting, and I will count how frequent this word has been used. Before the meeting ends, I shall give my report. That's all from me. Thank you, and back to you, Farhan.
Okay, thank you, the grammarian. And then can we have the R counter, Toastmaster Nicholas?
Thank you, Toastmaster Farhan. I'm Nicholas here. I'll be the R counter for today. Okay, I will explain my role as R counter. The purpose of R counter is to note those unnecessary words and sounds that are used as crutch or pause filler by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen and count for a word or phrases that may use inappropriately or unnecessary, such as and, well, but, so, and you know. Some may include and I will also note when a speaker repeat a word or phrases such as or this means this means. By the end of this meeting, I'll present my report. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, accountant. And then can we have our timer, Toastmaster Suren?
Thank you, Farhan. Good evening, fellow Toastmaster and guests. As a timer, I will monitor and keep track of the time throughout the meeting. I will time the table topic if there's any and formal speech and evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using green, yellow, and red card as a background. And fellow member and guests, you are urged to deliver your speech within the stipulated time frame. I shall give my report at the end of the meeting. Over to you, Farhan.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, timer, Mr. Timer. And lastly, can we have the General Evaluator DTM Lighting?
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Farhan. My role today is General Evaluator. So in playing this role, I will observe the proceedings of this meeting, the meeting conduct, and I'll be assisted by a group of other evaluators, including the speech evaluator as well as technical evaluators. With that, back to you, Farhan.
Okay, thank you, DTM Lighting as the General Evaluator. Wait, Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to lend your ears to the much awaited session, the project speeches? I'm sorry, we do not have table topic for today, okay? So please do not interrupt her. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, our first and only speaker for tonight is none other than our club presidents, who will be delivering her level 4, project 2, leading in difficult situation, KBTC contest plan. Today, she will share with everyone KBTC humorous speeches and evaluation contest project plan. At the end of her speech, all the members and guests here are invited to suggest a few disruptions that you think can happen to the event. During the event to her. This is her project requirement, which is to test out her ability to provide an impromptu response to handle unexpected changes to the event. Some disruption idea that I can give you are, for example, what happened if suddenly it blackout during the event, and then what happens suddenly there is a lot of people attending on the day of the event that beyond that our room can feel it. And lastly, what happened? A guest speaker is late or unable to attend at the last minute. I, as the TME, do not have the answer. But our first speaker will resolve the disruption for you. For more disruption idea, you may refer to the chatbots and the PDF document for more ideas. With that, I shall now call upon our next speaker, Biang. KBTC contest plan, Biang.
Thank you very much to our Toastmaster of the day. A very good evening to fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of my project speech today is for me to practice strategies to handle unexpected changes and disruptions to a plan. I believe those who have organized events before can probably relate to me very well because sometimes things just did not go as according to our plan. And this is very normal. What is important is we need to learn to be able to respond to the change quickly and develop backup plan to make an event happen successfully. In order to help me to practice this skill, I have selected an event, which is our club humorous speech and evaluation contest happening last year in September. Some of you were joining the contest as an audience. Some of you were joining as a contestant, while some of you, where are you? You have missed this contest. As mentioned by our Toastmaster of the day, at the end of my speech today, I would like to invite everyone here, our members and guests here, to suggest a few disruptions that you think it can be happen to me, I will then resolve the disruptions. This will also help our club to have better planning for our future club contest. The purpose of the club contest is to provide an opportunity for members to gain speaking experience and to determine winners to represent our club in the area contest. The organizing chair for this contest is our Vice President of Membership, Natalie. You can see Natalie in this Zoom room. However, as a president, I was overseeing the entire contest plan. I was guiding and resolving any issues raised by the organizing chair, our Natalie over here. She organized everything and I was assisting her and make sure everything is well planned. We started to plan for this contest 1.5 months earlier. We have broken down the project plan to ensure all the role players and contestants were to be confirmed within the first 2 weeks. On top of that, we have also requested our Vice President of Education to help to look for role players, and we target to have a total of 11 role players in this contest. At the same time, we have our organizing chair to encourage members to participate in this contest. And we target to have 4 contestants to participate in each contest. Gracefully, at the end of the second week, we managed to encourage a total of 7 contestants to participate in humorous speech contest and 4 contestants to compete in evaluation contests. We have also managed to confirm a total of 11 role players from a total of 7 different Toastmasters club. And these role players include the chief judge, 2 sergeant at arms, 2 ballot counters, 2 timers, 2 contest Toastmasters, and 2 test speakers. All these role players, we have managed to confirm within the first 2 weeks so that they have enough time to prepare for the contest, because both the contestant and role players, they will need time to prepare their script for contestants. And for role players, they will need to go through the flow of the contest and prepare for it. On top of that, trophies for winners and gift as token of appreciations to all the role players has also been prepared by our organizing chair. The contest poster was designed by our Vice President of Public Relations here, Shasmil, to inform members and guests on the contest details. On the other hand, we also have the contest agenda, documents and equipments necessary for the contest. For instance, result forms, stopwatch, timer light, ballot counter and timer record sheet were ready 1 week before the contest. During the project planning, we realized that our contest venue, which is our regular meeting venue, can only accommodate a maximum of 35 people. And we found that our role players, judges, and contestants themselves total up, we already have 25 people in the room. At the same time, we expect we will have our members coming to witness and support the contest. Therefore, we are unable to promote our contest widely to the public. The contest attendees are solely through personal invitations only. We have also requested the owner of the contest venue to allow us to use another room as a holding room for evaluation contestants while awaiting for their turn to deliver their evaluations. We also have backup test speaker. Backup test speaker was in our plan in case the men's test speaker couldn't make it to the contest. One day before the contest, organizing chair and myself were there at the meeting venue to set up the venue and to ensure everything was ready for the contest. Refreshments were also ordered to serve members and guests on the contest day. During this project planning, the resources that we use to organize this contest include Toastmasters speech contest rulebook, contest materials available on the Toastmasters International portal. We have also attended other clubs' live contests to get ourselves familiarized with the flow of the contest. We sought advice from our area director and chief judge on the contest rule. We have also managed to attend training on how to organize club contests conducted by Toastmasters International District, Toastmasters District 102 Program Quality Team. And all of these resources has helped us to come up with a well-organized plan and turn this project, Klang Bilingual Toastmasters Club Humorous Speech and Evaluation Contest into a good one. And this is my plan that I want to share with everyone today. Based on the plan, I would now open to the floor and invite members and guests to suggest disruptions. You may raise up your virtual hand if you want to bring up the disruptions to me, or you may type in the chat box. I will then answer the disruptions that you raise up. All right, I can see from the chat box, there are disruptions. First one from Hui Chi, CJ disqualified contestant using his authority without following the proper procedure. The contestant lodged complaint to you as contest chair. For these disruptions, CJ disqualified the contestants and lodged complaint to me as a contest chair. In our plan, our contest chair is our vice president of membership. In this case, I would have the CJ, we will clarify why is the contestant being qualified, and is this written on the rule books, and we will show the rule book and clarify the disqualification, the reason of the disqualifications to the person who logged the complaint. This is what we can do, because disqualifications, there are usually rules. In Toastmasters, we have speech contest rule books. Everything is written there. We can always check back the rule book and make clarifications to the person who logged the complaint. This is what we will do. This is what I will do in this case. And the second disruption is flood at Klang area. I would say for these disruptions, we will still continue the contest because, as everyone knows, our meeting venue is at the second floor. As we have experienced floods so far, the water level wouldn't go up to that level. So I would suggest to continue this 2 to 3 hours contest. All right, I will now move on. Do you have any questions, Hui Chi, from my answer and my solutions to the disruptions that you raised up?
Good to go. You can answer other disruptions.
Thank you, Hui Chi. And next, from Natalie, what happens if there is no water in the washroom of the contest venue? For this issue, it happened before, and that time, luckily, we do have water. We do have water at our meeting venue, so we can use it. As we have experienced these disruptions before, we always kept water. We always kept 20 liters of water at our meeting venue in case there is no water. We can always use the water. And on the day of the contest, the refreshments that we prepare are breads and biscuits all these food are packed individually in the packaging, and we do not need much water. The water is only for the washroom purpose. And we did backup water in our meeting venue. All right, is there any other disruptions? I can see next we have disruptions raised up from NG Chan. What happened if the contest venue key was missing and unable to enter to the venue? For your informations, we did have spare keys. There are two sets of key. One is with our SAA, one is with one of our members who is staying nearby our club. We did duplicate the key in case sometimes our SAA couldn't make it, and we can always go to our members' house somewhere nearby our contest venue to collect the key. All right, and then next. Is there any other disruptions from Sajamel? What would you do if the contest Toastmaster didn't turn up in the contest? We have, for your information, we have two contest Toastmasters. One is for humorous speech contest, one is for evaluation contest. If one of the contest Toastmasters couldn't make it to the contest, we will request the other contest Toastmasters to help to cover, because the flow of the contest is about the same, and the contest Toastmasters can actually cover both contests. From Thailand, what happened if there is a breakout? If there is a breakout, I would say I will have the entire contest to postpone to other day. In order to have a fair contest, it is best to postpone to other day. All right. Let me see, is there any other disruptions that I miss out over here? Let me see, is there any other disruptions? From our guest, Fat Cat, what if the Toastmaster suddenly stomachache during his or her talk? He can do the best of what he can, and we have judges to judge based on his view. The contest is fair enough because in Toastmasters contest, we have a lot of judges. They will judge even if the speakers facing stomach ache, probably he can try to ache his really stomach ache, and people may thought this is part of his speech, but no worries about whether the result will be fair or not, because there are chief judge and judges there to judge the contest. All right. Please let me know if I miss out your questions. You can unmute and let me know. For Nicholas, power failure is about the same like Thailand questions. I believe I have answered your questions. For MJ, what happened if the flood is so bad that the road to the contest venue was affected? If that is the case, we will postpone the contest. If it is happening before the contest start, and if all the role players, judges, and contestants, they are not there at the meeting place, we would not start the contest until, and we will only start the contest for the flood that Hui Chi raised up just now. That is the situations where everyone is at the contest venue. But for MJ, if not everyone is there, and the contest will not be fair, and we will be facing issue like missing role players, not enough judges, and we will surely postpone the contest. And with that, I believe I have answered everyone's questions. Please raise up your hand if I didn't manage to answer your questions.
I think you missed
Hi,
one.
Biang. Yeah,
Oh, sorry.
All right.
yeah, Biang, there's a question from me. So what happened is some of the contestants not following speech duration and have exceeded the time allowed, causing the whole event running late.
Sorry, you mean the contestant exceed the time limit?
Yeah,
If exceed the
for
time
example,
limit, it is one of our contest rules will be disqualified. Will be disqualified. Yeah. All right. With that, thank you, everyone. I shall now hand over the control to our Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you for for the speeches from our Toastmaster Biang. As a contester, I can say the flow of the contest during the event there is quite flowable. So next, okay, next we have here our group photo. Okay, everyone, please open up your camera so we can have our group photo. Shall we?
Group photo, yeah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. Okay. Okay, can I have voice Lee and YX to on your camera? Voice Lee, YX. Okay, never mind. Okay, just give your normal pose, everyone. Okay. 1, 2, smile. Wait. Okay, one more. Smile. One more. Okay, now freestyle. Freestyle. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, thank you. Back to you, Farhan.
Okay. After the group photo, this concludes the first half of our session today. And we shall have a break for 5 minutes intermission. Now is 8:17 and we shall meet back at 8:22. Okay.
Hi everyone. Hi, I see Stanley, Dean, and Lily Lim. Welcome. Are you from Toastmaster?
Hi, we are not from Toastmaster, we are guests.
Ah, okay, welcome. Hope you enjoy. Later we have a special event that table topic master section that coaching by John. So hope you enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
May I know who is that speaking, because I can't see from the
Oh, okay. Joe Tan.
Joe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I think you mean who is speaking, right?
Yeah.
To
Who's
you.
the one
Yeah,
talking?
Angie.
Oh,
Angie
sorry.
to
My
you.
name. Sorry. My name is
Angie.
Angie. Apologize. I don't know. Yeah.
Are you using phone or laptop?
Yeah, using phone. I didn't notice that my phone didn't put up my name on it.
Oh, actually, you did. You did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you did put your name. How about Stanley and Lily? Are you using phone or laptop?
No, we are using iPad, but the thing is because
I
there's
see.
the slides was on, so we couldn't see the full picture. We only see the
Okay.
so I couldn't see like who is speaking just now.
Angie is speaking.
Yeah. Okay, nice to meet you.
Yeah. Hope you can join us next time also if you have time.
Yeah, I get connected with Hui Chi actually. So
No wonder she's smiling all the time when I'm speaking to you.
Yeah, I invited them. Actually, they got my contact from Sri, right? If I'm not.
yeah, Sri, correct. I got it.
Okay. You are staying in Klang or where?
Yes, plan. Taman Palm Grove, if you know.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
I hope you can join us physically after the next meeting. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I think probably PG, if he updates us, then I will make time for it. We will make time for it.
No problem.
Okay.
Hi, Nathan.
Hi.
Yeah, welcome. Yeah, Toastmaster or you're not Toastmaster here?
I'm no longer a member, but I used to be.
Oh, no problem. You just come for fun.
Yeah, no, just to learn about your club actually, to see what you're doing and learn from you all.
Oh, okay, great. Hope you can enjoy and have fun with us later on.
Thank you.
I think we have still got few minutes after this. Yeah, today. Oh, there's one more guest here. Fat Cat. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Yeah. You are a Toastmaster too or non-Toast?
No, just a
Oh,
guest lah.
no.
Second time attending.
Okay.
Second time.
Sorry, not recognize you. Maybe I'm not there when you are here.
Around October.
October, okay.
I think lah. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I was not free that time. Yeah, welcome also. Yeah, hope you enjoy today.
Yeah, okay. You too.
Okay. Hi, Pashat.
Hi, Angie. How are you?
Yeah, fine. Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
Yeah.
In a month, it's been a month since I joined, I think. The
Yeah,
last was a month ago.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's right now it's already 8:22. Welcome back everyone to the meeting. And without further ado, I shall pass the control to the Toastmaster of the evening, Farhan. Over to you, Farhan.
Okay, thank you, Toastmaster Shazme. Okay, next. For our second sessions, we have a special guest here to talk about how to be a champion impromptu speaker. So here is a little heads up about his journey as a Toastmaster. He joined Friendship Toastmaster in 2004 and became DTM TMC in 2010. He joined various leadership roles at the club. He joins various leadership roles at club, area, division, and also district levels. His most fulfilling experience as a Toastmaster is being the TLI chair and the founder of Kijang TMC and also PIDM, not PDRM, yeah. Okay, now let us not waste any time anymore. Please welcome the legend, senior, and the founder, distinguished Toastmaster John Tan.
Thank you very much for the introduction. But could you hear me well, first of all, sound check?
Yes, can hear.
But may I correct the introduction? I was not founder of Friendship Club. I was not a member there.
Oh, okay.
So probably looking at the wrong.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So just a quick introduction for myself then, since the introduction was not correct. I joined year 2000. Then I later became a member of OUM TMC, which I helped to get started, and it's my base club. I was the district 51 champion for table topics in 2003. That time, District 51 covered 7 countries. So it was quite a pleasure to compete internationally. Now, today, we get started on a very important tool of communication, I would say, impromptu speaking. At the Toastmasters community, we call it table topics. Now, I would like to evoke an emotion out of you first today in this 30 plus minutes. I mean, maximum is 45 that is allocated. It shall be interactive. I'd like to evoke an emotion out of you. And let's have it interactive, so you could unmute yourself and interject and even ask questions. We shall fulfill this emotion that I like to evoke in you. Evoke is different from invoke. Invoke is to call forth, but evoke is to create in you right now an emotion that you will want to be very, very proficient in table topics, and to be specific, very proficient in impromptu speaking. What would be your answer to that? Would it be a yes or a no?
Yes.
I hear only one. Please
Yes.
unmute yourself.
Yes, John.
Yes.
Definitely, yes.
Getting more. Let's be very interactive. I can assure you, while this is only a 30 plus minute session, it will be a fulfilling session because I'm speaking from real experience, learning from my own experiences, much more learning from other people's experiences. We shall cover in 3 parts. The first part is I will call the psychology of winning. The second part is the method, and the third part is the process. And the first part it's a long-term strategy for all of us if you want to aspire to be impromptu speaker. As I said, the mother of all speakers, the best of all speakers in the world is the impromptu speaker. Not just someone who speaks spontaneously, not in that sense, but I would spell out to you why afterwards. The impromptu speaker is the greatest speaker in the world, and you have that potential in you, all of you. But it starts with intention. We shall look into it afterwards. The second part is on the method. To do anything well, just having an intention is not good enough. You got to know the correct method. And today I'm very pleased to share with you the correct method. Of course, there are very many methods, but this is a method that I have been exposed to, fine-tune and use it, and it works magically for me. Why I say it works magically for me is when I wanted to evoke the emotion in you, it's not just to have a desire to speak well impromptu, spontaneously, but you really enjoy being called upon to speak. Do you have that intention? Please have the intention. And to have the intention going for you, you need to know the correct method. And third, the process. Today we shall have a couple of practicals within the process. Processes, there are two. One that is the easy one that all of us can adopt and you can't go wrong with that. The second is a storytelling process that I use to make you even more powerful speakers, which again, you have the potential. Is about being exposed to the process. Are we ready to get started with the first one?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel very alone, man.
Yeah.
Joining me. So please be very interactive for just one reason, not just to make me accompanied, but to make sure that your intensity for this session, it works. It doesn't mean we need a workshop of 4 hours, 8 hours to learn something greater. It can happen within 30 plus minutes. I am very certain of that. Now, the psychology of winning is what I would say 3 plus 1. 3 plus 1. One is if we want to be very good impromptu speakers for life, whether for corporate, for social, or for social activism, or for whatever realm of our life, we got to have this element called curiosity. Curiosity. Have we heard of the saying, imagination is more important than knowledge? Famously expounded by Albert Einstein. Imagination is more important than knowledge. Human beings are blessed with the faculty of imagination. However, there is one element that must be very strong in you. If it's in you, keep on nurturing it. If it's not in you, start developing it right now. Curiosity. You want to know, you want to find out. You keep on wanting to know about something, just like a little kid when they're young. All of us were kids before. You keep on asking questions over and over and over and over and over. And as we grow up, strangely, people, we tend to be less curious, because we tend to be like more socially sort of respectful within inverted commas. We don't ask so many questions, which is a fallacy in life. So number one, curiosity. Number two, to be an impromptu speaker, and you find that if you are a good impromptu speaker, you can make friends and network easily. That has to do with knowledge. Knowledge. There are two types of knowledge broadly. One is specialist knowledge. The other one is generalist knowledge. So specialist knowledge is something that you are inclined to for your work or career. For example, I do branding and storytelling. So that is my specialist knowledge. And of course, I learn about financing. I learn about other aspects of running an effective life. Those are all generalist knowledge. If you're a man, learning all about men is specialist knowledge. Learning about women becomes generalist knowledge. And of course, the third broader realm of knowledge is general knowledge. General knowledge. We update ourselves through the online newspaper, media, whatever, but we don't get too involved, because getting too involved is useless, waste of time. It's about knowing a bit about this, about what's going on. And the third one, very powerful. Third one, very powerful. I'd like you to write it down. The spelling is POTEN TIATION. POTEN TIATION. Potentiation. Now, this is a very, very powerful psychological phenomenon, which I discovered by accident. I was trained by, I was coached by a professional swimmer, but I never became a professional swimmer, because I made sure that I did it well through a professional coach. And I was surprised. In the early 2000s, I stayed in a condo. The pool was not that long, 20 meters only. You just kick, start, you just a few strokes here and there. So I challenged myself that I want to swim non-stop 1 hour. I gave myself 3 months. I did not know what is the benchmark. I just gave myself as target. And this is the truth. I swear to you, I don't like to use a swear. I promise that within 3 weeks, I could swim non-stop in the 20-meter pool, 1.5 hours non-stop. Now, that is the meaning of potentiation. Check it out in the dictionary. There is a book that also brought that up. It's not promoting the book, Atomic Habits. You don't need to buy the book. You can get it online free, actually. Now, it's not about learning the habit, it's about potentiation. I'm going to send a list of topics, 30 to Byung, club president. Later, if you, not today, later, next few days, if you're keen, I hope you're keen, go ahead and get the list, and then you practice. I put in there, I compiled there 30 topics for you to get yourself into it with the correct method, correct process prior to a contest. Yeah, if you haven't done this before. Now, I said 3 plus 1, so the plus 1 will be creative visualization. I'm sure you have heard of the practice called creative visualization. See yourself, all professional athletes, all top speakers of the world, and you are a top speaker if you intention to be. You visualize yourself speaking on the actual stage, and then getting applause, getting support, and then you win. So creative visualization. In books are written on that, and so that completes the psychology of winning. Now, I want to move on to method and process. The method. It cringes me, CRINGES. It cringes me when I attend some meetings and the table topic master, not well informed, just invite people to come out and say whatever you want. That is not impromptu speaking. That is not real table topic speaking. Now, to know the method, we must know the similarities between prepared speech and impromptu speech. Now, note the similarities, and then note the differences. After that, we go on to the process and practical. it is surprising to a lot of people, maybe because I have been a professional writer all my life. My profession is a professional writer. I learned from others before I joined Toastmasters that the impromptu speech is similar to the written speech. Similar to the written speech. So which are the key elements in written speech? Take it down. Not new, it's just that if you're not exposed to it, take it down. Number one, the key message. Number two, what is the content, quality of content? Research must be research back if you state a fact or a certainty. And then structure, you know, the HO structure, it never goes wrong. Opening, body, closing. And in the opening, you have attention grabber. There are 8 to 10 ways of attention grabbers. If you do not know, those who are newer to public speaking, check with your mentors. If your mentors do not know, check with me. You can always text me any time after I give you my phone number. You can WhatsApp me anytime after today. So just broadly, you could bring up a statistic. It's better still to be a statistic that involves people, that will attract people's attention, involvement, because we want to engage the audience. And then we start with a code, a saying, etc., etc. So that would be the attention grabbing or opening. You have the body, you have the closing, and then there is one very, very critical element. One very critical element, which is not exactly in how to write a speech, but to do well. When you speak for 5 to 7 minutes for prepared speech, when you speak for 2 to 3 minutes, you got to engage, E-N-G-A-G-E. So you got to have a deliberate strategy to engage the audience. So we got the similarities. Of course, the key difference is one, you have 5 to 7 minutes for prepared speech. The other one is 2 to 3 minutes for impromptu speech. So that difference is in the timing. Because of the timing, normally 5 to 7 minutes speech, you have 3 pointers. You illustrate with 3 personal experiences or 3 personal stories. Not necessarily all the time, usually 2, 3. You could even have 1 if you have mastered the art of scripting into 1 story. It is possible as well. But generally, prepared speech 5 to 7 minutes, 3 pointers. But for 2 to 3 minutes, let us not make the mistake of having 2, 3 pointers. 1 pointer will do. 1 pointer will do. After you go through the process, I'll give you an example how to go about it, and then we have a couple of volunteers to practice as well. Now, prepared speech, as the name tells us, we have time to prepare. It depends. Some people take one day, 1 week. Some, God knows why they take so long. They take 2 years to prepare a speech. That's not the way to grow. Remember, one of the key elements of psychology of winning is potentiation. P-O-T-E-N-T-I-A-T-I-O-N. Do something, correct method, correct process, over and over again in the shortest span of time. That's when your growth is exponential. Not only that, you sustain your momentum and you sustain your interest in doing something. And if you trust me, after today, you get the list of 30 topics, not necessarily that 30 topics, are just compiled. You practice every day over and over and over. Join club now with online, and join any clubs, not only Malaysia, all over the world. You just keep doing it. You become Very, very good. The key word is keep up the momentum. Keep up the momentum. Now, because prepared speech, you have time to prepare, it tends to give you a bit more confidence. Am I not right? Are you all still around?
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, we are here.
So interesting to talk.
Do not drift, do not drift. So that's why I have a deliberate intention to engage you as well from the start. Evoking in motion. Now, there is a great difference between prepared speech and impromptu speech. Impromptu speech, you have to just rely, not only rely, trust your memory, which is your subconscious mind. Yeah, subconscious mind. There are two faculties in all human beings. We are blessed with two faculties, all human beings: imagination and memory. Yeah, the memory is stored in our subconscious mind. Never mind the detail, it is there. Now, can you remember? Can you remember? I mean, those born in the previous eras would. There was this thing called jukebox, Jukebox. You know, where's a machine, you put in coin, you request a song, and then the keyword will go and pick up the record. So that is a good analogy for your memory. Yeah? And then from there, you just spell out what you want to say. Are we clear about this? Because we're going to go to the process already.
Yes.
Yes, huh? So let's have two volunteers on standby. Two volunteers on standby. How is my timing? May I double check now?
The time is 20 minutes so far.
So far 20, yeah, very good. Because I came in slightly earlier, mine shows 33, 20 minutes so far. So we're on good timing. I want to spend time on the process and the practical. Now, the process. Two processes I like to share with you. I will give you samples of each, and then we have volunteer. The first process is this. The first process, when you're given a topic, whether in the Toastmasters community or in any realm, in corporate realm or whatever realm, remember our today's session, in fact, all sessions, all that we learn about impromptu speaking is for the realm of life in general. Now, if you're given a topic by the TTM, what do?
Think.
Take your time.
Take your time, correct. You pause. You pause. You want the topic to sink in. You pause. And then you repeat the topic. You take your time for the topic to sink in. You pause. You pause. There's no rule, to my knowledge, that say you cannot pause for how long. You just pause for a few seconds, as long as it sinks in. This is on the assumption that you are already relaxed prior to the topic, whether contest or on any day, whether contest on it. So you sink in. So you repeat the topic exactly as it is said. Exactly as it is said. The many TTM make the mistake of not repeating the topic exactly as it is. It must be exactly as it is in the tempo, in the pace, in the exact wording. So you do the same. If you are relaxed enough, and being relaxed is a habit actually. Being relaxed is a habit actually. for me to now divert slightly. Why are people not relaxed when they attempt a table topic or an impromptu question? It has to do with self-esteem. Yeah? Self-esteem. All of us human beings can be blessed with high self-esteem, but unfortunately, self-esteem goes up and down, up and down, up and down, depending who you're with, what environment you're with. So make it a point that you have high self-esteem. High self-esteem. A good book to read is How to Raise Your Self-Esteem by Nadine Brandon. How to Raise Your Self-Esteem by Nadine Brandon. There are 5 key reasons why we should have high self-esteem for fulfilling communication, for fulfilling life. The first is about you have the freedom of self-expression. Do you agree or not?
Yes.
Do you own it?
No.
Not yet. There's too honest an answer. You have to own it. Own it. OWN. Freedom for self-expression. Meaning to say, I am not afraid of saying the wrong thing. What is the wrong thing anyway? This is a very judgmental world. While we are blessed with self-esteem, we are so I wouldn't say blessed. We are unfortunate beings in the sense that we judge other people, what they say, how they behave. It's not wrong. So do not be judgmental to yourself. Raise your self-esteem to say whatever you have to say, which is why just now this process is about trusting your memory, what you've experienced in life based on the topic, your experiences and your story. You just say it out. Do not worry that people may not like what you say. If you worry about what people like what you say, you will never be a very good impromptu speaker. You notice in your corporate office or at clubs or meetings or anywhere, the people who don't speak up at all are not exactly ladylike or gentlemen. They're just afraid of saying the wrong thing. What do you mean by saying the wrong thing? Saying things that do not like to hear. You have the right to your perspective, to your opinion. Remember that. So you repeat the topic and the memory like a jukebox will go and pick up, and then you start speaking on the subject. Now, the next step. Table topic speaking is about making a stand. Of course, I don't like the fact that some TTM always come up with the open-ended question. What is your favorite holiday? Those are open-ended questions, not for contest, not for growth. For growth, for contest, it should be close-ended. Rules are made to be broken. Agree or disagree? Yeah.
Yeah.
Certain.
Absolutely.
Go for that. Remember, make it a club practice. In fact, if I have my way, I'll make it a TI community that they always be close-ended. It's about making a stand. Remember, when you attempt a table topic, it's like a lawyer, an advocate. Make a stand in a court of law and defend what you say, substantiate what you say, or in a good proper debate. Good proper debates are very good opportunities for not only public speaking, for impromptu speaking. You make a stand, you substantiate. So there's no right or wrong to it. No right or wrong to it, because it's your perspective, in your opinion. In the broader realm of life, actually, there's no one truth. Yeah? There's no one truth. There is also no one opinion. There's a philosopher, I believe his name, quite hard to remember, UC Clydes or something like that. There is no one truth in the world, only perspectives. There's no facts in the world, only opinions. Remember that. Remember that. Of course, if you believe in your God like I do, it is a belief. It is my intended belief. There is no one truth in the world. Remember this, because it is going to be a very powerful driver for you to speak up and just drive forward what you make your stand, support your stand. All right. And when you make your stand, example, let's say, rules are made to be broken. Rules are made to be broken. So give you an example now. Rules are made to be broken. I repeat the topic. I agree with that. It's not like very stylish in speaking. I agree with that, and you just go jump into it. Not necessary. Forget substance and style. Never style before substance. I agree with that. Rules are made to be broken. So I made a stand. By the way, let me now divert slightly. Still relevant. Still relevant. Idioms. IDIOM. All that glitters is not gold. The grass is greener on the other side. A lot of table topics contests are actually based on idioms. I was told by one mentee of mine some years ago, he was in an area contest, and the topic was all that glitters is not gold. G-O-L-D, all that glitters is not gold. It is a surprising fact because I've been a professional writer, so learning idioms is a fact of life to grow your language. But I just found out finding out all the time, and just a few weeks back as well, internationally, a lot of people are not into idioms. So never mind that. Attempting a table topic is not to show how clever you are in the language or how broad you are in the language. So during that contest, 4 out of 5 contestants did not know the meaning of the topic. So my suggestion is this. I agree with the topic, rules are made to be broken. It is good. It may seem again not stylish, to explain first. What do you mean that you agree? Are you with me on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Can you imagine the topic speaker start talking 4 out of 5? The judges, with due respect, they don't know the meaning of all that glitters is gold. Among the audience, many also do not know the meaning of all that glitters is gold. Where are you leading the audience? Where are you leading the judges? Am I not right? So spell out, what do you mean? Rules are made to be broken. So I'll continue. That was very important. Remember idioms. Explain. What do you mean by that? Or explain. You may get it right, hopefully. You may not get it right. At least the judges and the audience know what do you mean by what you make a stand. And you give the substantiation and then your personal experience. You do very well. All right. Rules are made to be broken. In any game, in any area of expertise, we need rules. For instance, to be a creative person, you've got to have rules, much to the disagreement to a lot of people. Why you need to have rules? One of the famous sayings that people use about without knowing the meaning is think out of the box. Have you heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Many
Truly.
people, with due respect to them, are not getting the right meaning of that. To think out of the box, you must first know what's in the box. What's in the box is the rules. Is the rules. So, in my experience as an advertising writer before, I find that you must see what is being done out there for a product or brand that you are selling. Then you come up with a concept. Then you can sell the product. So in other words, you got to know what is being done first, and then you do something else. That would be my take on rules are made to be broken. If you want to be creative, if you want to be inventive, right? I believe that's quite a good attempt at the topic. Am I not right?
Right.
I'm not self-praising myself. A simple process. You just go through it. People can get you. You can engage people. Right? Good. We shall have a couple of volunteers for that. Before afterwards, I show you a second method, which is of course my favorite. Today we all talk about storytelling. Storytelling is not new. Even 2000 years ago, before 2000 years ago, storytelling was already a form of communication. But today, because of evolution of communication, we use storytelling. Yeah? But again, with due respect, many people do not know the proper method of storytelling and the process. We'll do that afterwards. Right now, let's have a couple of volunteers.
Angie here.
Angie, all right. Who's the second volunteer? Please be on standby.
Can I?
What's your name, please?
Nishan?
Nishan or Mishan?
Nishan. Nishan.
M-Y. Nishan,
N. N, yes.
N, all right. So 2 to 3 minutes. Never mind if you burst through the timing a bit is okay, but don't take too long because of the constraint of this mini workshop. Angie, are you ready?
Yes.
Go through the process that I spelled out with you just now. If you do not stand for something, S-T-A-N-D, if you do not stand for something, you will fall for everything. Repeat. If you do not stand for something, you will fall for everything. Angie, let's give her applause.
If you do not stand on something, you be fall. Can we agree of that? Because in our life, we need to stand balance. Even though the thing is hard or soft. But do not scared to be fall. Because when you fall, you'll learn something from where you are. Don't be afraid. Stand up back. Back to you, John Tan.
So short.
I was so nervous. Long time didn't do any speech already.
So remember the one of the keywords to learn today for life is potentiation. Potentiation. Know the method, know the process, keep doing it over and over and over. In fact, do it every day. Do it every day.
Yeah.
Those days when I was very active, early 2000, I visited a lot of clubs. That time online public speaking gatherings were not popular yet. Although all the world, the platforms were already there. Now, once you got this Zoom platform and whatever online platform, you can do it every day. Do it every day. But of course, the best is to go live in physical audience. Because personally, I'm not the only one. I'm not in favor of doing public speaking online. The challenge is much less. So you have started your hybrid meeting. I encourage you to continue. Have the physical meeting. Make an effort to go to physical meeting. Yeah. The second volunteer, Nisha.
Yes. Here.
Are you ready? But before that, Angie, you make a stand, but you did not give an real example of why you make a stand, what we call your personal experience. That substantiation is important. That substantiation is important. Why substantiation is important for impromptu speech or prepared speech? Because it shows you have gone through it. You have gone through it. So that's why we tap into our memory and rely you have gone through it. Now, Nisha, are you ready, Nisha?
Yes.
Creativity is more important than knowledge. Creativity is more important than knowledge. Nisha.
Creativity is more important than knowledge. I agree. I agree because of one simple reason. With creativity, you can generate something new that adds value to others. Creativity adds value. Now, today I'm going to be sharing you a short story. It was 2015 and I had to decide on a degree I had to take. I had a choice between doing psychology, what I love to do, or to do business with what my father wanted me to do. Now, knowledge. I had to pursue business because my father wanted me to pursue the knowledge to become an economist. But here's the thing. With knowledge alone, you cannot build anything. I studied a 3-year bachelor's degree, which I hated. It was painful, but one thing saved me. Toastmasters. You see, while I was studying and having this really hard time, on one side, acquiring knowledge that I did not want, Toastmasters allowed me to create. I learned different skill sets from speaking to evaluating. And from creating and creating, I went on to build mental health programs. Programs where we can all share with each other how we're feeling, what's going in our day, what pains we're going through in everyday life, because we don't have this in society. So at the end of 5 years, I had a paper qualification. On one side, I had a business degree, all the knowledge in the world in the business degree, which I studied for 3 years, almost day and night. And I also had the results of my creativity. I added value to others. I created mental health support programs and enjoyed myself. So ladies and gentlemen, I agree. Creativity is more important than knowledge. And that is because creativity adds value. Back to you.
Now, credit to you, Nishan. No matter how much experience you have, I wouldn't know. You have attempted it in a rather professional, methodical way. Just one area for improvement. A lot of table topic speakers do the way you do. Not wrong. You make a stand, you give your experience, you support. All right?
Yep.
Remember, today, great lessons that we all can learn is a lot of table topic speakers haven't learned. It is not my story that I'm talking about. You've just told your story, nothing wrong. As a public speaker, you are out there. What is your first consideration?
Your audience.
Your audience, you got it right? So how do I lock them into this conversation? How do I engage them from the start that it is about them? The key message, remember? The core elements of prepared speech and impromptu speech, the key message, the content, the structure, yeah. Then the use of words and delivery and so forth, yeah. And the intention to engage, yeah? So key message. Do you get what I mean, Nishan? The key message. Do you get what I mean? Yes or no? Looks like 70%. Now, how to turn your key message? So that's why you got to be very relaxed, very calm. Making a stand fast is good. Together with the stand, take it one notch up. What will be the key message to the audience? Example, based on what you said. Creativity is more important than knowledge, I agree. Now, ladies and gentlemen, blah, 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 etc. Would you want to go through life making mistakes that you need not make? Let me tell you a story. Yeah? Example, that's one way. That is creativity is more important than knowledge. And then you give your example, that means you have done it. Got it? That makes you 10 rungs higher than the typical good table topic speaker, because it's key message to the audience, right? And also, before I move on to the second type of process, we got to end now. It's, oh gosh, time flies, huh? It's 45 minutes already. We do through the one more, and then we close, huh? We do that one more. Now this second one is about using the storytelling method, You can do a table topic based on just one story, just one point. All right, you do not need to have 2, 3 points. The second one is this. You may want to take it down. You evoke an emotion. Before I started this session, I started to evoke an emotion. Do you want to be very proficient impromptu speaker? Not only that, you enjoy that. All right, so you evoke an emotion, what people want to get out of life, and many things people want to get out of life, so you evoke that emotion. So you're focused on giving a conversation, a topic that you're going to illustrate that people want, that emotion, that emotion. Second, you got to set people's intention high, part of that evoking that emotion. The stakes are very high. If they don't do it well, there's a big loss to their life. And then you increase the pain point. The pain point. Pain point means like today, many of you are here, I'm glad. But will you adopt what you have learned and move on with that? Do you, like Angie said just now, long time not practice, now you make a change and you reset your intention. So the pain point must be also increased, just so that the person that you're talking to would want to adopt what is spoken and quickly make the decision to learn something new, or something that the person knows but not practicing. And then you bring in what we call insight challenges, and then a climax. For me, I call it the epic process, or epic, E-P-I-C, E-P-I-C. And then after that, whether success or failure, we bring down the tempo and then comes the conclusion and transformation. Now, I give you a sample and then we have to wrap. We have to sample and then we have to wrap because I slightly overshot 45 minutes. But it's necessary to give you the second sample and we wrap. Now, the second sample is the topic is based on a quote, Q-U-O-T-E, and the famous playwright Aeneas Nin. So the topic is this. I will not explain as I said. I give a topic. I just give you my sampling of how to approach it, and we could wrap for that. So please do pay attention. I'm going to wrap soon. I'm going to wrap soon. Your world expands or shrinks in proportion to your courage. Your world expands or shrinks in proportion to your courage. So that's a topic. This is my sample. My dear friends, all of us are just like the bird. And the bird, the unfortunate ones, are those that are caught and put into a cage. While you may not be a bird in life, do you realize that a lot of us have dreams, desires that we have started to pursue, and some we dare not pursue as well because we lock ourselves in a cage? How big is a cage versus how big is the world out there? So that's why this saying is so very meaningful for all human beings to reflect and act upon. Your courage expands or shrinks. Sorry, your world expands or shrinks in proportion to your courage. So build up your courage. Build up your courage. Fear is an illusion. Courage is something that you have to create out of it. So people who have not expanded on the world, please do so now. People who have expanded on the world and then step back into the cage because of sometimes failure, disappointment, now muster more courage, build up more courage to now go expand your world. We all know you only live once. Would you stay in your cage with your insecurities, giving into fears? Or would you step out of the cage and expand your world and live the most fulfilling life that you have ever dreamed of? It doesn't matter along the way you fall. It doesn't matter along the way you fail. It doesn't matter along the way you may not achieve what you truly desire. But in the words of Mark Twain, 20 years from now, you will be more affected, concerned with the things that you want to do but did not do, instead of the things that you do and did not do well. That's the conclusion of my take on this topic. All right. Thank you very much for your very, 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 very close attention. I'll pass back control to the TME.
Thank you.
Fan, you are
Okay, that is a wow. It is such an overwhelming speech on how to be a champion in impromptu speaking. I hope there will be a lot of people who will be more excited to participate and become one of the best impromptu speaking in our clubs. So for the last sessions, before I go on, I would like to apologize for DTM John Tan for the misintroduction, and also sorry for GE Tan Lei Teng for the missing introduction. And please, if you allowed me, before I hand over to GE for the general evaluations, here is the little result of our GE about her journey as a Toastmaster. She joined Friendship Toastmaster in 2004 and became DTM TMC in 2010. She joins various leadership roles at the club's area division and at district levels. Her most fulfilling experience as a Toastmaster is being the TLI chair and the founder of Kijang TMC and PIDM TMC. So let us not waste any time anymore. Please welcome the legend, the senior, and also the founder, DTM Tan Lei Teng.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster of the evening, Farhan. Thank you very much for your very kind introduction. Appreciate it. So now it is time for evaluation. What is evaluation? It is a process where we reflect what we have received and we think of what are the insights that we can learn out of it. In Toastmasters, this is a very precious learning platform for all of us, whether we are the speaker or we just listen to someone who has just spoken. So let's begin the evaluation session with an open mind and let's learn from our evaluators. So to begin this process, it's my honor to invite the first speech evaluator, distinguished Toastmaster Eddie, to share with us his views, his evaluation on the speech delivered by Toastmaster Young. Distinguished Toastmaster Eddie, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Lei Teng. Toastmasters Young, first of all, I would like to congratulate you for organizing your speech contest, your club speech contest. I think it's a daunting task, but I think you knew it through your sharing. I heard about the results that you achieved. Now, first of all, overall, your presentation, right, there will be two parts of it. The first part will be sharing about your plan, and the second part will be your response to those impromptu questions that being raised up about your plan from the floor. Now, the first part of your speech presentation about your plan, I personally feel like it's a very compact sharing with details on the actions taken, results achieved, as well as on the challenges on how they are being overcome. Then apart from that, throughout the presentation, I noticed you also appears to be confident, calm, and poised in addressing questions without sign of hesitation. That truly projects your credibility as a speaker. And you also use a positive tone in addressing all those questions that shows of enthusiasm. And also you don't kind of take it personally to those tough questions. All right, so overall, that is very well executed. Now, there are some things that I would like you to work on to bring it to another level. Now, according to this project, right, it's about sharing about a plan, a project plan. Based on my understanding, a plan should be assuming that it is yet to be executed. So I would think in this project, right, it's about sharing about a plan, just mocking up a plan, even though it's already in the past, a plan that supposed to be without having sharing of the results. So which means, right, it is a plan. You have your details like who will be doing what, your action steps, okay, what will be your budget and milestone, but you haven't have the result achieved yet. There is a plan that you share to your members or to audience, and then from there, it is brought up to be a discussion, and then from there, if they have questions, they have doubts, right, about your plan, that is where you need to address them, directly on the spot. Because you're sharing, I think you started off sharing a plan that already been executed. You're sharing about the results, right? For example, finally you got how many contestants, right? So I'm kind of a little confused now. It seems like no longer a plan, is sharing about a result of a plan is already been executed. So it's kind of deviate, you know, from this project purpose. So if you could actually just share about your plan and then let the audience ask the questions, right? What do they think about the plan? If there are questions, they have doubts on some of the action step of the milestone, even like a budget, right, that you spend on the plan, then that is the point that you have to apply the competency of your skills to address that. Apart from that, I think it will be also good to consider using a visual aid in sharing your plan in order to create a better visualization and insights for audience to voice their opinions or doubts based on the exact point, of your plan inside the plan, because you just elaborate through words, which when they raise the question, right, I'm trying to find out which part of the plan it is. So it's good to share plan because I believe a plan, it should be a paper written down. So it would be good to use a visual aid. And lastly, to challenge yourself, I can see the questions that are being raised are all through the chat boxes, but I believe in the live discussion of a plan with your member, I believe it's all through conversation, live conversation. So it would be better we have a mixture of, people unmuting themselves, raise question directly, because the experience could be very different when people posing the question directly to you, as well as to train up your attentive listening skill and how you're going to seek clarity, before you address the questions. So overall, I think it's a great attempt. Just a little bit be mindful of the speech purpose. So read it thoroughly and make sure you can do it better for the next time. And I hope the tips I've given to you will bring you to another level for future speeches. With that, back to you, GE. Thank you very much.
All right, that is the evaluation from distinguished Toastmaster Eddie. Many of the points that he mentioned, I do agree. It is important for us to appreciate why this project is designed as such. In Pathways program, many of the projects, especially those which are in level 4 and above, are meant to prepare us to face the real world. So Biyang, for example, if you're planning for something, it can be in Toastmasters or it can be in your work setting. The plan will have to go first. You seek the views from others, and that is the time when others will give you their suggestions, or they may say this may work, this may not work. And that is how we can prepare ourselves in Toastmasters to address the potential challenges. Your speech has the content. You just have to tweak it to suit the context of this project. By doing that, I believe you can definitely maximize the benefit from applying this project in your work. So well done on that. And thank you, Eddie, for giving a very comprehensive, well-analyzed and encouraging evaluation to Biyang. So now let's move on to the technical evaluation, which will be delivered by 3 Toastmasters. Let me begin by inviting our grammarian Toastmaster TL Tan to share your report. Tai Lun.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lê Ting. So ladies and gentlemen, I'm your grammarian today. So first and foremost, I would like to announce the speakers who have actually used the words of the day. So I think as far as I've noticed, the words of the day has only been used by Biyang. It was one time, and the rest of it was being used by myself. So next, quickly move on. Now I want to move on to enumerate on the grammatical errors that have been observed by me. So while the speaker actually mentioned things that did not go according to our plan, I think that could be improved by saying things did not turn out as our plan. And also, while the speaker mentions that they turned the contest into a good one, I think perhaps we can express this in a different ways. For example, by saying turn the contest into a rolling success. So lastly, I would like to mention about the good use of language by all the speakers. I think the first one will be mentioned by Eddie, our distinguished Toastmasters. I think he used hyperbole in his speech when he said, "I can't survive without internet." So next will be Toastmaster Beyond. I think she used a very good vocabulary, which is gracefully. So as you mentioned, gracefully, we managed to have 7 contestants. And the rest of the great use of language actually come from John Tan, our distinguished Toastmasters. I think he mentions quite a lot of quotes as well as famous sayings. So, but before I move to that, I think I just mentioned about a few of the good vocabularies. He mentioned evoke emotions, and also he say things work magically. And also, he also, actually there's a lot of new vocabulary that's introduced to us. I think I just mentioned a few that is very new to us, like potentiations, which means to make things much more stronger or more effective. And also, lastly, just mentioned, he mentioned a very important, very useful quote, which is imagination is more important than knowledge, a famous saying from Albert Einstein. So that's all from me. Back to you, Toastmaster Lei Ting. Thank you.
Thank you, Tai Lun. Thank you for listening attentively and for sharing with us the learning on usage of grammar. Let's move on to the next report, which is R Counter's report. And for this, I would like to invite Toastmaster Nicholas Chi.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Tan Lei Ting. I would like to show. Can you all hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Tan Lei Ting. I would like to share my reports. Okay, let me share screen. Okay, can you all see the report?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. So today, most of the speakers are very experienced and they're able to perform very well. So it's a very tough task for me. I hardly able to catch any pause filler for the speakers. Well, only 2 speakers with pause filler. First will be Farhan with the most pause filler used and there's a repeated word der 1 time. And the second speaker would be Albert. I think I got his name right because from his name from the Zoom, his name is Fat Cat. All right.
Yeah.
Your name is Albert, right? Okay. Okay. So you only use 2 pause filler, which is la. So the rest of the speaker done very well. Congratulations. That's only the reports for my session today. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicholas, for your R Counter report. So now let's move on to the final report, which is by the timekeeper, Toastmaster Surin.
All right, thank you, General Evaluator. Let me share my report right now. Okay, the meeting start 2 minutes late, 7:32. And 4 people actually overshoot the time, which is Farhan, 13 minutes 76 seconds, and Biyang, 17 minutes 51 seconds, and John Tan, 46.0 seconds, and Eddie Live, 4 minutes 30 minutes. That's all, and others all meet the stipulated time. Over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you very much for the report, short and sweet. Right to the point. So I have been given a few minutes to share with you my evaluation about this meeting. What I can conclude from this whole session is it has been a great learning session for me, and I trust for all of you who have attended this meeting. First of all, from the Toastmasters meeting itself, our normal prepared speeches, evaluation, all the meeting rules, and of course, the sharing session by distinguished Toastmaster John Tan, a very valuable learning session, how to be a champion in impromptu speaking. John, I really would like to thank you for bringing all the golden nuggets, all the tips, your wisdom to all of us in how to become a great table topic speaker and how to have the passion in doing this. A lot of new learning, new knowledge for me to take home and to start practicing potentiation. Now let's come back to the meeting proceedings. For the members of Klang Bilingual Toastmasters Club or any Toastmasters, we are all here to learn to be better. That's why we join Toastmasters. So I urge you to have an open mind for some of the suggestions that I'm going to share with you. First of all, in Toastmasters or in anything, when we want to do things well, it is all about planning and preparation. Preparation comes in many forms. We prepare a meeting. The fundamental things include things like getting ready the speakers, role players, getting ready the agenda. These are the fundamental things. And I thought you have done this very well, given that Klang Bilingual Toastmasters Club has been well established for years. In fact, when the club was new, I have visited your club physically. That was a long time ago. And certainly I'm very pleased to be here again to meet the members in this online meeting. What are some of the areas that I thought the club can consider so that your meeting will be even better prepared? Firstly, it's about having a comprehensive information sharing. So the meeting agenda is a very important tool. My suggestion is to have a more complete set of information for everyone to prepare ourselves. When we have a speech, you see, in Toastmasters, we have 11 learning paths. Every path has specific objectives and scope. I saw that in the agenda, you have stated the level, the project, and the speech title. It will be good if you can also state the path. What is the learning path? Is it presentation mastery? Is it engaging humor? So why is it important to do that? Because when I said preparation, in delivering a speech, not only the speaker is preparing for the speech, not only the evaluator is preparing for the evaluation. If we want to maximize the learning from any Toastmasters meeting, actually all the members, it will be good for all the members to go through the manual first. What is this project about? If we already know what is the objective of this project, I believe when we listen to the speech, our learning can be maximized. Then, when we listen to the evaluation, the learning will be even greater because we already know what is it about. So how can this be done? My suggestion is about preparation again. It will be good if prior to the meeting, those materials be shared with the members first. So we all come prepared. We already anticipate. For example, the project that Bi Yang delivered is a new learning, it's a new method that we all can apply in the job. So if we can prepare ourselves, the learning will be better. Now let's move on to specific role players. In this meeting, we have SAA, Shasmil. I like how you have made use of the time to do the icebreaker. That's very important because as our founder said, we learn best in time of enjoyment. So when the ice is broken, we have closed the gap among us. So we know each other, then we are more comfortable to share. We are more comfortable to receive and to give feedback. So well done on that. And then we have the president, Toastmaster Bi Yang. Presidential address is one of the most important things in a Toastmaster meeting because you set the tone, you set the stage so that after that, all the players can play our roles accordingly. So I liked how you have made use of this theme to encourage all of us to think about resolution. And the best thing that you have done is you related that to where we are today, which is Toastmasters. It's about self-development. It's about communication and leadership. So you're not just talking about any resolution, but you help us focus on where we are today. So well done on that. If I have any suggestion for you, Liang, that is to observe some protocol. Today we have the area director, Hui Chi, here. While she is also one of the members, she wears many hats. So it will be good for you to address our area directors' presence. I'm sure if other area directors are here, you address them. So the same thing goes for members in your own club. Next, I'd like to talk about the Toastmaster of the evening's role, Farhan. Farhan, today you have played a very, very important role. You are like the captain of the ship. We follow you. You steer the wheel and we go with you. So I'd like to thank you for leading this role from the beginning until the end, almost the end of this meeting. And there are many good information that you have shared. And the one that I like most is the members' education achievements. Most of the clubs will share that at the end of the meeting, and you have taken a different approach to share with us upfront. And that's something that we are looking forward to. Not only you shared what members have achieved, but what is coming, who will be doing a speech today. I thought that is a good approach. How can you do better in future, Farhan? There are a few suggestions for you. Number one, that's to get the information or statistics correct. I saw from your slides the statistics that you showed about the number of members in the world, 227,000. You showed the number of clubs and number of countries where Toastmasters have been established. These statistics are not too current because things change. So I suggest for anyone who is taking up the Toastmaster of the evening to go to the website and check out what's the statistics today. This is important because our guests are here. They would like to know what is really happening today. So that's one thing. And of course, about the introduction of speaker, that is definitely unintentional. I think John Tan has very gracefully and kindly done the introduction of himself for you. So I believe this is something that you have picked up and you have bounced back very quickly. So that is a perseverance that I like about you. Farhan, I'm sure in the next time with more practice, you will definitely do even better in leading a meeting like this. So in conclusion, my dear friends, this has been a very fruitful, a very wholesome learning session. I would like to borrow the word potentiation from our speaker, John Tan, and I interpreted it as having the knowledge of right method, having the determination, and keep practicing. So first of all, we must know what is right and what is not right. Then follow the correct direction and do it again and again and again. So that is how we can always learn, unlearn, and relearn. Once again, I'd like to thank Klang Bilingual Toastmasters Club, all of you, all the guests who are present here, for creating this great learning opportunity. Thank you again, John, and the president, everyone here. So let's have a fruitful and wholesome year ahead. So with that, I'd like to pass the control back to our Toastmaster of the evening, Toastmaster Farhan.
Thank you, GE Tai Lai Teng, for the very good feedback from you. We will take that in actions and try to improve for the best experience for the next meeting. Okay, next, without further wasting our time.
Farhan, just hand over to me. We don't
Oh,
have
okay.
yeah.
I will
All right.
hand over to our president now.
Yeah. Thank you, Farhan. Farhan is our first timer Toastmaster of the day. He's also our new members. And to me, he has done a very good job being a first timer Toastmaster of the day. Thank you, Farhan, for your dedicated hard work. I know you're struggling to prepare for this role as our VP, Angie Chan did tell me. She has trying to approach you for a few times to be Toastmaster of the day, but you do not have the courage to take up. And I would like to invite everyone here to give Farhan a big round of applause. For this time, finally, he promised Angie to take up this role. No worries, at Toastmasters, we help each other to learn, and we learn and grow together. All right, and first of all, today I would like to thank our general evaluator for today, distinguished Toastmaster Lei Ting. Thank you very much for your insightful feedback to our club, to our role players, and myself as a speaker today. We will definitely take your feedback into considerations and improve our club. And next, I would like to express my gratitude to our coach for today, our table topics champion, distinguished Toastmaster John Tan. Thank you very much for accepting KBTC invitations to being here today to train our members on impromptu speaking skill. I believe your sharings today did inspire our members to participate in table topic sections more in the future. Thank you very much for your time. We truly value your sharing today. Thank you very much for your sharing. And I would like to also thank all of our external and internal role players. Today we have distinguished Toastmaster Eddie Lai. Thank you very much for your feedback to myself for my improvement. I will really take note on your feedback and improve myself. And our internal role players, especially first timer role player, as just now we have Farhan and also our timer, Suren. You have done a very good job today. And all the role players, thank you very much. Without you, this meeting would not happen successfully. Thank you, everyone. And an announcement that I want to make. Our next meeting will be on 18th of January, and it is a hybrid meeting. And we hope to see everyone again in our next meeting. Thank you, everyone. With that, I shall now announce that our meeting today is urgent. Thank you. Have a good rest, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Farhan, doing a good job.
For February, Saturday.